Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television. The world is closer than you think. Welcome to 24.
Good afternoon, our viewers from all over the world. You're welcome to News at Noon on 24 News and Radio Television. I am Aiba Karina Wari. Now the news headlines. Politics without bitterness will strengthen democracy. Oyebanji.
Stay connected.
Tinubu here to return after Turkey visit. NNPP kicks as pressure mounts on Kano Deputy Governor to resign. FCT workers appeal industrial court ruling, resume strike. Child trafficking, police rescue 7 children, arrest 5 suspects. NAFDAC resumes enforcement of sachet alcohol ban, denies business shutdown. Filmmaker Stanley Amandi arrested over alleged coup plot against Tinubu. Now the news in details. Ekiti State Governor Mr. Biodun Oyebanji has called for politics without bitterness as a means of strengthening Nigeria's democracy and ensuring peaceful elections. Speaking at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, during the Faculty of Arts Distinguished Alumni Lecture chaired by him, the governor urged politicians to shun the winner-takes-all attitude and embrace inclusion, consensus, and respect for opposing views. Oyebanji said his administration's inclusive style has brought peace and stability to Ekiti State. He mentioned that elections should not be treated as war, but as opportunities to serve the people. The event was attended by top government officials from Ekiti and Osun State, including representatives of students and youth groups. President Tinubu departed Nigeria on Monday, January 26, for Ankara, Turkey. He was engaged in a series of diplomatic activities in Ankara. In a statement issued earlier, the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, said President Tinubu was expected to return to the country at the conclusion of the visit. However, Onanuga did not specify when the state visit will end or when the exact date of the president's return. Efforts to confirm the president's return date or to ascertain whether the visit has officially concluded were unsuccessful. Both Onanuga and Mr. Daniel Buwala, special advisor to the president on policy communication, could not be reached for comments on the development. Meanwhile, it was gathered from sources within the presidency that part of the president's visit involved business engagement between Nigeria and Turkish business leaders, as well as meetings with top government officials, some of which may still be ongoing. At the end of the bilateral meetings on Wednesday, officials from both countries signed 9 agreements aimed at strengthening cooperation in key sectors. Pressure is beginning to mount on Kano State Deputy Governor Aminu Abdulsalam Gwaso to resign over his refusal to join his boss, Governor Abba Yusuf, in defecting to the All Progressives Congress (APC). The Kano State Commissioner for Information and Internal Affairs, Ibrahim Waya, had advised the Deputy Governor to resign, adding that his continued participation in executive affairs without political alignment undermines trust and confidentiality in governance. But the Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, has rejected the call for the Deputy Governor's resignation, saying that the State Executive Council is a constitutional body that should not be dragged into partisan disputes. Concern about the fate of the deputy governor had emerged shortly after Governor Yusuf's defection. On Monday, Governor Yusuf and Gwazo were elected on the NNPP platform. of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) under the Joint Union Action Committee (JUAC) on Thursday resumed their indefinite strike they began on January 19 over unresolved welfare issues. The news agency of Nigeria reports that only a few workers were seen around the FCTA secretariats and departments and agencies compared to the massive turnout on Wednesday. The development was in compliance with the JUAC directive to the workers to stay at home. The action followed the appeal of the ruling of the National Industrial Court on January 27th, which directed the workers to suspend the strike and adjourn the matter to March 23. Following the ruling, Mrs. Nancy Nathan, acting head of civil service of the FCTA, had directed all FCT workers to resume on Wednesday. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike equally warned that there would be consequences for any worker who refused to resume. Wike assured the workers that the FCTA was open to reasonable negotiation, adding, however, that the majority of their demands had been addressed. The Ogun State Police Command has dismantled a child trafficking and illegal surrogacy syndicate operating under the guise of an orphanage facility in the Abara area of Ado-Odo Ota local government area of the state. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Lanre Ogunlowo, disclosed this at a press conference on Thursday, stating that the breakthrough was achieved through intelligence gathering by operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit of the State Criminal Investigation Department. CP Ogunlowo revealed that 7 children were rescued and 5 principal suspects arrested, exposing a planned sale of babies at the rate of 1.5 million naira per child. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has resumed enforcement of the ban on the production and sale of alcoholic beverages packaged in sachets and small plastic or glass bottles below 200 milliliters. The agency clarified that it did not stop or shut down any alcohol producing company, but only prohibited the sale of alcohol in sachets and small containers, citing public health concerns. In a statement on Thursday, the Director General of DAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Christina Adeyeye, said the move was aimed at protecting children, adolescents, and young adults from the harmful use of alcohol. According to the agency, the widespread availability of high alcohol content beverages in sachets and small containers has made alcohol cheap, easily accessible, and easily concealable, contributing to the rising cases of underage drinking, addiction, domestic violence, road accidents, school dropouts, and other social vices. Nollywood filmmaker and actor Stanley Amandi had been arrested alongside military officers and other civilians accused of plotting a violent overthrow of President Bola Tinubu's administration. Amandi, a director and former chairman of the Enugu State chapter of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, was arrested since September 2025, according to a report online. This is the first time details of the actors' alleged involvement in the failed coup plot have been made public. The coup plotters allegedly hired Amandi to serve as a propagandist in a plan that was reportedly included the assassination of top government officials. According to government sources briefed on the matter, the officers involved allegedly planned a violent takeover in which President Tinubu, Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, and other senior officials were marked for elimination. Let's recap on our headlines. Politics without bitterness will strengthen democracy. Oyebanji. Tinubu yet to return after Turkey visit. NPP keeps as pressure mounts on Kanu deputy governor to resign. FCT workers appeal industrial court ruling. resume strike. Child trafficking, police rescue 7 children, arrest 5 suspects. NAFDAC resumes enforcement of sachet alcohol ban, denies business shutdown. And lastly, filmmaker Stanley Amandi arrested over alleged coup plot against Tinubu. And this will be all we have for you today on News at Noon. Thank you for joining in and staying tuned. I am Aiba Karina Wari. Have a lovely evening.
Welcome to 24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. Bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio